What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. This episode is the POC that without power tools or even a good blacksmith tools, without any experience, you can still make Damascus or any kind of San Mai knife. So let's talk about the theory. The steel must be super clean, so you have to grind it, you have to clean it with acetone or alcohol, and after that you will be able to weld it all around and make a final billet which goes to the forge. From my perspective, it is a good idea to use gloves, and even with gloves, avoid to touch the clean surfaces. Also, if you can, try to find a good metal supplier, because I've bought very poor quality steel plates and I had to spend a lot of time to prepare the billet. So now the forging, and I must say that I am completely not confident with hammering high carbon steel which is almost white. It is because the high carbon steel is super sensitive for cracks if you overheat it, and that is why forge welding is super difficult. You can easily over punch the billet and make cracks inside the steel. So that is why I've decided to follow a rule: make the same thing again if you think that you succeed. So I've hammered 3 times very lightly, after that again 3 times, and just to be absolutely sure that everything is welded, once again 7 times. I'm removing a slack to verify if the billet is forged, and to be honest, it was very cool that during all of the grinding I didn't see 3 different kind of steel. It was looking like one solid piece. It makes me feel that I succeed. So I continue to forging and start to create a blade. Guys, I must say that working with striking anvil is pain in the guts. It's got 0 rebound, so if you work with very thick materials, it takes hours to make a knife from a billet. I want to explain why I didn't mount my anvil to the ground yet. It is because of few things. First, in my workshop there is no proper ground, so I cannot mount it. And the second thing is that if it's super hot, I like to take my anvil and all of bladesmith stuff outside of my workshop, because inside, when the forge is running, is something around 55 degrees Celsius, so you basically are baking. So I'm removing slack again to verify where I am. I've been inspired to make my own San Mai knife because of one video of my buddy, Tyrell, where he explained how to make his own Damascus and what he's doing to make it succeed. It is a very great video. You can see it on the screen on the right upper corner. And Dennis, my buddy, this is exactly part for you, because you told many times that people ask you why you cut blade from San Mai billet. I forged it, and that is exactly what you've been talking about. The scales are twisted, so the core is not exactly straight in the middle. Guys, this is why you don't forge the San Mai blade, you just cut it. Here's I'm forging a final shape of the blade, also a tongue, and I've tried to twist to the right position the scales, but it didn't work at all. So I must be prepared that the line between the scales and the core will be not the same on both sides of the knife. I'm okay with that, but next time I would definitely cut it, not forge it. forging is done, so I'm grinding the final shape of the blade and to remove all of the slack. Next, I'm creating a bevel and prepare the blade to the heat treatment. Okay, so most of the grinding is done, both sides, and the only issue is that I've got the lamination. I hope that it is not going so deep and I will be able to make this. If it's go too deep, I had to make it a little different than this, but if it's not, I really like this design and I think I will go with it. Anyway, let's grind it and check if the lamination goes deep or not. So I have to grind a little more than I've planned to, but I'm okay with this design, it's still looking good. More important is that the lamination is gone and the blade is okay. I think we can go to the next step, which is grinding a tongue and prepare the blade for the heat treatment. The normalizing cycle is very important for every single forged blade, especially if we talk about San Mai or Damascus. Sometimes I'm not doing any normalizing cycle if I know that the steel which I'm using to stock removal knife are prepared on the furnace. But in this case, it is absolutely necessary to prepare the blade by making at least 3 normalizing cycles. We are after 3 normalizing cycle, and during every each of them I've noticed that the blade goes bent to one side, and it is because of the thermal expansion is different and because of the scales are different thickness. I must be prepared that the blade during the quenching goes warp really badly, so I've prepared flat bars, and also I'm going to use this half-inch thick plate which is on my table, and I'm going to squeeze the blade when it's still hot to minimize the warp which is going to happen. I've got a little more time because the core is made from NC6 steel. This is cool because it took a little longer to create all of the martensite inside during the quenching. So I hope that everything go well and I'm not going to lose this blade completely. So, to the oven, heat up the oil, and the big moment. My god, I have never get some warp like this. It was like about half-inch above the plate in the middle of the blade. Absolutely terrible. I hope that this squeezing gonna help. because I have a really bad feeling about this knife. I'm going to leave it for the 5 minutes, and after that I think we are going to verify and see what next. I don't feel it at all. Okay. Okay, yeah. 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 Okay, so it is bad. I must say, it is bad. But the blade is hard, and I think I'm going to save it during the tempering cycle. So I've clamped the blade to the flat bar, and it is going to the oven for 2 hours and 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, so we are after tempering. The blade is beautiful and golden color, but most of my concern is about the straightness. So I'm going to remove the straps, and we are going to verify. Ah, come on, it's stuck. We are going to verify if is it straight. Come on. I don't know, to be honest. Come on. My God. I believe we succeed. That is straight. So guys, yes, it is possible to make a San Mai knife without any special equipment, any proper anvil, any power tools, just with 1 tongs, 1 hammer, and a few welded mild steel flat bars. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day. We see in the next episode where I am going to finish this knife. And remember that if you are not familiar with Dennis Tyrell channel, check it. The link is on the description. Bye bye.